Fox Van D here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm gonna do something different. I'm subscribed to two channels, both BlindViews and Bob Wells from Cheap RV Living. I enjoy both of those channels. Bob Wells has inspired me to be able to embrace this life. And I think it's important to say what I have to say today. BlindViews did a kind of a review of Bob's video talking about the 6 points of why people would become a nomad. And this is pretty much my rebuttal to BlindViews. This is the hardest video I've ever had to make because I disagree with somebody and I don't usually voice that. Today, I'm gonna voice my opinion. So the first of 6 things Bob says helps people to decide to become a nomad is the economy. People sometimes are forced into a lifestyle that is away from the city, away from houses, and away from employment. Some people choose it. Some people are forced into that. BlindViews makes a joke about this. He says, yes, nomads have to go to the laundromat, they have to go to the stores, they have to use all the facilities that people work hard to run. They have to work to keep those businesses going. They use the roads, they use the gas, they use all that stuff. That's true, everybody does. But that doesn't mean that nomads are lazy, BlindViews. Nomads are not lazy. They have worked all their lives. Most of them lived in a house or sticks and bricks all their lives, just paying the bills, just surviving. A lot of nomads never found any kind of pleasure and joy in life. It was, like Bob Wells says, get up, go to work, come home, eat, sleep, and then repeat. Pay the bills, spend the money. So, that's pretty boring life. Some people can afford to do more. Some people have really good paying jobs, but a lot of people that are nomads didn't have good jobs that paid a lot of money. So they become nomads for economic reasons. So Bob Wells states that we become slaves to our jobs, mortgages, and stuff. We work hard all day long, every day, 5-6 days a week, sometimes 2 jobs, just to make ends meet, paying for a mortgage, taxes, and all the things that go with owning a home. We have to buy essentials, food and clothing and all the things that we need to live on. Then usually the rest of the money goes out on stuff. But usually it doesn't bring us much joy. So BlindViews. All nomads are not lazy. There are some. But we're hard workers. We have worked all our lives. We do have work ethics. We still work. A lot of us still work. Okay, so point number 2. Where's the freedom in working all your life and doing everything that everybody else tells you to do? You don't make your own choices, someone makes them for you. So Bob makes the point that we have the freedom as nomads to go and do what we want. We do have to follow the rules of society, but we have much more freedom than I ever had in town. Point number 3 is quality of life. BlindViews makes a joke out of it. This too. He says people, nomads, live in the desert. They suck in the dust. They're lazy, they're dirty, they're filthy. They don't take showers, they don't wash their their clothes, I'm sorry. I'm not a dirty person. I do keep clean. I have to work at it. It's not easy out in the desert, that's true. I do have beautiful things around me. I'm not just sucking in dust. I'm enjoying the scenery around me. A lot of people that live in homes never even see the scenery around them. Bob Wells says it's a better way of life. I don't know if it's a better way of life. It's certainly better for me, but maybe you wouldn't enjoy being out on the road all the time. Maybe you wouldn't enjoy all this scenery, see the mountains, the oceans, the deserts, the lakes and streams, and see the sunsets and sunrises. Out in nature, you can see the moon at night. You can see all the millions of stars. In town, all the lights and everything that's blocked your view, you can't see that. You won't get a beautiful night out around a campfire and looking at the sky. Point number 4. Rejection of some aspects of society. Today, for a longer time really, if you are not living life the way society says you should live it, then you don't fit in. You're an outcast. If you don't follow all the rules and you have different ideas of how to do things or how to live, you're not accepted in society. And yes, we have to live in society. You still have to go to town, do all the things we have to do to function in life. We're not completely separate from society. We don't have our own society. We do have a community. And the community of nomads are pretty accepting of each other. We do care about each other. We do help each other. So, no, we don't leave society. We just get out of the big hustle and bustle, that's all. Point number 5, healing. Is there healing in nature? I would say so. I have healed amazingly. I was sick, I was depressed, I was unhappy. I used all the things that I had accessible to me. I went into therapy. I did all the things medically I could do. But once I got out in nature, my health improved. I get plenty of sunshine, lots of fresh air, plenty of exercise. I work hard all the time around my rig and whatever I have to do. It's a lot of hard work, but it's healing to me. I have emotional healing from the people around me too, for the spiritual healing from my closeness to my God out here in nature. Yes, you can get that in the city, in houses, in sticks and bricks, but it's not as common as in nature. Nature has a healing effect on people. When you see the beautiful things around you, it makes you feel good. I never felt good sitting in a house watching TV or running around, going to different amusement parks, movies and stuff like that. That's not healing. It's entertainment, but healing is a more emotional, internal thing. So the last point Bob made is connections. And BlindViews made a big joke about that too. When I was living in a house, I rarely ever saw my family. I rarely ever was willing to travel 600, 800 miles to see a member of my family. I didn't really get to know my neighbors very well. People stay in their houses. Out on the street, people would say hello, but that's it. You never got into a real conversation with them. You could join groups and things like that. It's all about fun, not about getting to know people. You're too busy doing the activities. So out here, I make connections with people, real connections. I can sit around a campfire or outside of my rig or in somebody else on somebody else's place and sit and visit and share a meal and talk and share thoughts and ideas and differences. And so I've made a lot of good connections. I have a lot of real friends. It's not as easy as if you live next to somebody, it's true. But at the same time, you meet a lot more people. And you get to know people I've gotten to know people all over the world. I love the nomad community, the van lifers, the RVers. So I have connections. And yes, in this city, you can make connections. But it's a little different out here because you really have to work hard to make connections. So that was the last point. I wanted to say that BlindViews, I respect your perspective. I respect your thinking. I'm glad you make people think about that. But it's sad that you made the nomad life look so bad. And Bob Wells has done a lot of things. And I'll have a closing statement here. Okay, about Bob Wells. Bob Wells helps people to learn survival skills if they need them. He doesn't tell people to quit their jobs, sell everything, and become a nomad. But he does give people knowledge and options of how to do it if they ever decide or have to do it. Yes, he has made a business out of it. He's made a lot of money on his YouTube channel, but he works hard at it. Guess what? He's working, and the people that choose to watch him get value for their time spent watching him, or even the money they may send him. He earns what he gets. What do you give people? BlindViews? Controversy? Disputes? Do you make money on YouTube? I know you do. So BlindViews, I have a question for you. Most of today's nomads spent all their lives in houses, sticks and bricks. And many felt it was like their lives were futile. They had no purpose. They had nothing to look forward to except doing the everyday things of getting up, going to work, coming home, eating, sleeping, and repeating. But it didn't bring them any kind of satisfaction. And never-ending cycle. Yes, as Bob says, this is my closing statement. BlindViews. Can you survive if you lose everything? If you lose your home, your income, your family? Can you live in a little tiny space like a van? Can you sleep in a tent? Can you sleep on the ground? Would you know how to feed yourself? How to find food in the environment you were stuck in? If you have never walked the walk, you shouldn't talk the talk. Criticism of a lifestyle you don't understand is not an informed understanding. It's just criticism. It causes conflict, causes bad feelings, and makes people look bad for being different. So I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope BlindViews watches it. And I hope Bob Wells watches this, because that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you all for watching. If you got value for your time watching this video, please share it out with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media you have. Share it on your community tab. Hit the thumbs up. Hit my notifications bell if you want to hear more stuff from me. Sometimes I'm long-winded, sometimes I'm boring, but I share the real life. I am a real nomad, and I'm proud of it. Thank you all.